Today I am in the living room, mainly because the study where we normally film is a total tip. I figured it would make a nice switch up for things. Also a nice switch up is the fact I'm doing a fashion video, because I haven't really done one of those solely fashion based in a while. I think I've done a lot of lifestyle interviews and things, which I love doing. I love doing the interviews the most, but I thought it'd be nice to kind of introduce you to some of the newer things in my wardrobe, because I haven't done one of these for the last couple of months and there's a lot of stuff. I mean, there's not a lot of stuff, but I think over the last 3 months I've definitely picked up, you know, a few solid items. So I thought I would share those with you, talk you through what I'm you know, weaving in for spring, and yeah, just chat to you about some clothes basically. So let's get going. First things first is this jacket from Topshop. This I picked up in, I think, at the beginning of January. It's a very kind of, it's like a very curly sheep-like coat. Definitely isn't wool. I don't know what it feels like. It's very, it's quite soft, but also quite artificial feeling, but I absolutely love it. It's very cool. It's like a bomber style jacket with a collar, so it's really cool. It's got this really lovely kind of zip, like circle pull, ring pull, that's it. It's got a really nice ring pull zip on it. I saw a jacket very similar to this on Jeanne Damas's Instagram. Pardon my pronunciation there, but it looked really cool. She had it with a t-shirt and like kick flares and boots, and I was like, that's such a cool like winter to spring jacket because it's got the warmth, but then it's cropped. It's not too like fleecy or teddy bear like. So I absolutely love this. Goes to absolutely everything, and it's just a really nice throw-on piece, and it's not too thick that you can't layer up underneath. It looks really great with a roll neck and stuff. So I absolutely love that. Hopefully all of these items will still be in stock, or most of them will be anyway, because these have kind of built up from December to now. Hoping there's going to still be some availability, but I'm sure there will be. Next thing I picked up, this is in no particular order by the way, because I've just realised that there is just a collection of things that I pulled out of my wardrobe, but I haven't spoken about that. This is brand new actually. I picked this up last week on ASOS. It's actually very spring-like, and I haven't really worn it out, but I have tried it on. I've photographed it for a post, which means it's legit, it's staying. This is from ASOS, it's from Fashion Union, and it's this really cool square neckline, super puff sleeve top, which, I don't know, it's got that kind of red dancer emoji feel. It's, I don't know, it's cropped, but the shape and fit is absolutely gorgeous. It's got these really pretty button details running down the middle. I got it in my normal size, which is just like a 6 for tops, and the fit was really nice. I was always a bit worried that it might be a bit tight, the buttons might pull a little bit, but we're all good, we're all good. Sleeves are really lovely. Again, they're slightly ballooned, but they're not too exaggerated. I love that kind of style, but often they can be just too much. I think when I was little, I used to have a real thing about puffy sleeves. My school summer dress had puffy sleeves, and I remember being a bridesmaid and having really puffy sleeves, and I was just sulking, and it was so silly. But now I've just gone the other way, and I absolutely love this. So this looks really cool again with like high-waisted skinny jeans, or more of a kick flare jean, I think, probably on this end. But yeah, love that. Moving on to the next item, and it is this dress from Topshop. Excuse the hanger, but it definitely looks better on a hanger than me just holding it up. This is kind of like a tiered smock style dress. It's very kind of loose, very, I know it's not form-fitting at all, but it's absolutely gorgeous. It's really pretty like pussy bow detail, but it's this really lovely like kind of like washed teal coloured floral dress. It's quite sheer, but fortunately it does come with a little slip underneath, which is quite fitted considering how loose the dress is, so it does mean that when you're walking you're kind of like tottering a little bit. Absolutely love this though. There's styles on the website with a belt, so I have got a belt I normally wear it with just to add a bit more shape. Equally, it does look gorgeous without the belt as well. It's one of those nice ones that, depending on how you're feeling, you could just let it hang loose, or you can kind of tighten the middle to give a bit more, you know, definition. But either way, it just is such a nice piece. I actually deliberated it for a while. My mum sent it to me. I was like, you should get this, it's really you. And it's just really nice. I haven't worn it a lot in the winter. I did wear it recently. I had like little crop leggings underneath, which you couldn't see, but it was just a way of keeping warm. But I'm definitely looking forward to wearing this more in spring, because it is quite sheer. It's quite hard to layer if, you know, you want to keep warm, but I'm very much looking forward to it. I'm just literally, I should have done it in like dresses, tops, but I'm just going straight through it, kind of spice it up a bit. I feel like I'm on a bit of a suit hype at the moment per se, and considering that I haven't got any occasions, I probably should pull the reins in. I bought the Massimo Dutti one, which I wore in my 5 outfits for 5 days, which I'll link below, and I'm obsessed with that suit. It's so gorgeous, the fit is just spot on, the tailoring is amazing. I feel like I'm just like obsessed with a nice two-piece. Again, don't have a lot of places to be wearing them, but I think, you know, for meetings with trainers or Vans or something, they're quite cool. And this one was no exception. This is slightly different actually because it's not got any lapels. The trousers have got these really cool button detail and they're more kick flare. But I picked this up because it really reminded me of the Alexa Chung suit that she did as part of her first collection. Obviously this is a more budget version being from Zara. I really loved her one, but I just couldn't justify it. I just had no reason to buy an expensive pale blue suit. I think for weddings this is really cool in the summer. I'll probably do a video on like what to wear as a guest to a wedding later on in the year, but I think this would be really amazing. Really love that. I'm hoping that something's going to pop up soon that means I can really take it for a spin, but I just think it's quite cool. You know, quite a relaxed shape as well. For tailoring, I think if you're cropping the trousers, adding a bit of a flare, it does instantly tone it down a bit. It makes it a little bit more kind of day wear, approachable thing, but love that. So the next thing I picked up, I think this has been January, is this blouse by Debenhams. It wasn't one that I'd normally pick up. It's not a stock that I'd normally make on my shopping travels, but I saw Clemmy from Mother of Daughters in this, and she'd actually layered it over underneath a jumper or a sweatshirt. I can't remember exactly, but I just remember seeing the corner and thinking, God, that looks like a nice blouse. And because I'm constantly wearing jumpers and sweaters and things that are quite plain, it seemed like the perfect remedy to kind of add a bit of, you know, pizzazz to a really simple outfit. So I picked this up and it's got this really pretty like embroidered bib. Again, these really pretty little scallop sleeves, which have got this really nice kind of embroidery and glazed detail. And it's a really nice piece just to have underneath things. Again, in the winter it's nice, it makes you feel warmer and you can put like a vest underneath it. But I mean, in general, I really love it as a layering piece. On its own, I'm not totally sold. I'll pop a cutaway in of it on its own. Very, very 80s on its own. The sleeves are quite ballooned, but then they kind of fitted to the wrist, which again is such an 80s detail. Not totally sold on it. I'm sure it would look amazing on some people, but on me, I don't know, I'm getting Bananarama vibes, I'm just Cyndi Lauper. I'm not sure. I didn't really have any blouses that could fit that criteria, I suppose. Still not sold on it on its own, but I think if you're after something that's going to be great for layering, a bit of extra warmth, a bit of extra style, this is really, really good. Okay, so two of the jumpers I have been wearing it with, which are also new, and I thought I'd quickly show you because they're here. This first one is a little sweater from Warehouse, and I love Warehouse. I shopped there so much last summer. Throughout this winter I've shopped there perhaps a little bit less, mainly because I think my winter wardrobe is quite at capacity in terms of jeans and knitwear, and I'm really, really trying to not buy anything else now until it starts warming up because there's no room. But this sweater I absolutely love. It's just a really pretty little navy jumper with like velveteeny letters which are in red saying love in a really nice type. It's just a really great throw-on piece. It looks really nice with like faded denim jeans, Converse, and you know, throwing your hair up, bit of red lipstick if you're going all out, but just a really nice sweater. And the other one is from JOANIE, which is, they're really pulling out the stops on the slogan jumpers at the moment, and this kindly was sent to me, and it's this navy one that says sincerely yours, which is so pretty, and I love the colour of the text, and it's like kind of peachy pink. Again, it's something I'm wearing with the little collar poking out, little beret, and it just snazzes it up a bit, and I think again it looks great on its own. Final piece of like knit jumper wear is actually from SEZANE, and I actually picked this up in December, right at the beginning of December, so this has been in my wardrobe for a really long time. Well, not a really long time. I think bloggers in videos like to say really long time as if it's years, not months, but it's been in my wardrobe for a short while, let's say. Let's correct that. And it's this really pretty like peachy fluffy cardigan, and I went into the shop in Paris and they had so many amazing pieces. It was so hard to decide what I wanted. I knew I was going to go in there and I'd kind of seen a few things and I was like, right, I'll pick up maybe one or two as a treat. And I saw this and I fell in love. I didn't have anything like it in my wardrobe. It looks really cool with like band t-shirts, denim, and the idea I had was like wearing it with nothing underneath, but I think because of the fact it's quite pale, maybe not so much. I think with a really low like cami top could look really pretty as well. But yeah, their knitwear is absolutely gorgeous. I think they've just launched their latest capsule collection online, so definitely have a look at that. I got this in, what size? I think I got it in a medium. I got it slightly oversized. It's still not hugely oversized, but I do think like some of their knitwear looks great, a little bit slouchier, especially when it's like tucked in. It looks really cool, so absolutely love that. Something I also picked up very recently, I think it was last week, is this dress from TOPSHOP, which I haven't really started buying any spring pieces yet, mainly because I don't know when it's going to become spring in the UK. I have a couple of trips coming up next month that are going to be quite warm, I hope. So I did pick these up provisionally for that. It was this dress that I went for, and this is from Topshop, and it's got this really cool, I don't know, it really reminds me of something that I probably would have seen in Beyond Retro a long time ago, which makes me think maybe I should have gone to a vintage shop. It's got this really nice kind of low neck button detail. It's very 90s slash late 80s. I know it's like my mum probably would have worn before she had me. Just this really like cute little mini dress in this pink gingham. My primary school dress uniform colour used to be this pink and white gingham, so it does reminds me a little bit of that, if not a bit cooler. Actually, I could have looked quite cool with a t-shirt underneath, just with like little white plimsolls in the summer. And yeah, just can't wait to wear it. It's supposed to be warmer already. I mean, it's still February. It's still February, guys. When people are talking about spring, I'm like, it's definitely not meant to warm up for another good couple of months yet. So I'm not gonna wish the year away just yet. But really looking forward to wearing this. One accessory that's been in my wardrobe for a couple of months now is this cool little bag, which is from Lazy Oaf. It is so cool. It's one of those like, it's very touchy-feely, as I would say if I was talking about a child's book. But I really love it. I'm really into like circular bags at the moment and things like this, and this is no exception. It's from their gem collection, which is absolutely gorgeous. They've got some great dresses, some really cool kind of more subtle pieces. If you're, I don't know, sometimes a bit intimidated by the brightness, which I'm not, I love it. I don't know if I'm cool enough, but it's got some really cool things, and this little bag is definitely one of them. Love the heart detail, and it's just such a good size. Need to make sure I'm wearing this more as well, because I really haven't properly taken it out. I think because a lot of my winter coats are like tan or cream. I've been a bit like, oh, I don't know where it goes, but actually having a look at it now, I know it'd look really cool with my kind of patent Topshop coat and some jeans and stuff. So I'm gonna make sure to be exercising this a little bit more, because it's such a cool piece. It's one of those things that I have on my shelf, like in my room, and I'm like, oh, it looks so cool. I'm like, why don't you use it then? Take it out for a spin. But I'm gonna definitely be using this a little bit more, so I absolutely love this, and the collection is so gorgeous, so definitely have a nosy there too. Last but not least is this jacket, and I really want to talk about this just quickly because I am obsessed with it. I was sent this by a girl who runs a shop called Olive Vintage, and I'm just completely in love with it. It's this cropped check jacket, and it's a vintage Valentino jacket. And it's got this amazing velvet collar. It's got like a little tight necktie around it, which is so beautiful. And it literally fits like a glove. It's such a great size. And I think sometimes the vintage, you kind of pick things up and you don't know how it's going to look. You don't know whether the shoulders are going to be super boxy, but this is amazing. She's got the best eye. Really recommend you checking her store out, because the stuff in it is such high quality. It's so trend-led without kind of losing that nice vintage kind of uniqueness to it. And I was kindly sent this, again, cannot wait to style it, but she's got so many other great jackets. I think there was like a YSL one, I can't remember off the top of my head, but there's been some great designer pieces. They're not extortionate for what they are, and yeah, absolutely love this. I put it on the other day and I had a jumper on, the collared shirt, jeans and a beret, and I felt really cool. It's a really great finishing touch piece. I love the fact that it's so unique and no one else will have it, and I don't know, looking at her shop is the kind of shop that will reignite your love for vintage, I think, if you are not a vintage shopper like at the moment. I almost feel like I'm giving away a bit of a hidden gem, because I'm like, go and check her out, but then I'm always like, maybe don't check her out, because I still want to be able to get some of the good stuff for myself. But yeah, that's kind of it. Oh, also this top that I'm wearing, this was quite a new purchase. I bought this last week from ASOS. $11.99, thought it was really cool. I mean, I'm not normally a fan of t-shirts with like pictures and stuff on it, but I don't know, considering it's brand new on ASOS, it kind of had a bit of a vintage feel to it, and it's washed really nicely as well, so yeah, happy with that too. That is a wrap. I really hope you enjoyed this video and a little chat through some new in items. Actually a bigger pile than I'd expected there, so hopefully it didn't go on too much. I tried to keep things quite short and snappy, hence why I keep being out of breath, because I'm just reeling out these clothes, but it feels like a catch-up, a long overdue catch-up. So I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you did. More videos you'd like to see, if there's anything you're dying to see. I've got a couple more of my In the Wardrobe series coming up, so let me know if there's anyone you're desperate to see on that too. And I think that's it. Oh, also, exciting announcement, which hopefully has happened. I have launched a podcast with Charlotte, who you may recognise from a couple of videos ago. We are doing a bi-weekly or fortnightly podcast talking about everything and anything, loosely themed. We kind of are going by the fact that we're grandmas, trying to keep it like early before our time grandmas, trying to keep up with being a millennial and all the rest of it. And yeah, go and have a little nosy, because it's basically us wanting to have a chat and then record it. So maybe it's because we like the sound of our own voices too much. But either way, I'll pop some links below for anything to tide you over until next week. But have a great Sunday, and I'll see you next time.